But you know. But yeah, Canadian indeed. I'm a Canadian that came from the States, that came from Texas, and with a German family. So I'm a Canadian-raised, American-born, German family nerd, is what I am, essentially. So at the end of the day, if I want to like seek out job opportunities or just like places I want to live my life, I have options open across Canada, the States, and Germany. So I have some options open. The somewhat holy trinity of what? Canada, the States, and Germany? As my 3 big options for future endeavors. Look at this cool sword. What? Thief! Thief! Take that, thief! Okay. This away we go. This away we go. 30 out of 50 crowd events. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this mission over here. You are just like chilling, standing on the cart there. But yeah. Well, I'm sure that like I could sort of pursue stuff in Europe and whatnot, but like not as easily as Germany. When it comes to Germany, I have my Sprachdiplom, which is essentially like my German diploma. It allows me to take school or work in Germany, which if I want to take school in Germany instead, oh my goodness, the amount of money I would save, which probably isn't a bad idea. I've considered it before, but it's just like, I'm also just really comfortable here is the thing. Like I've had German friendos come and spend time here before, and you know, I'll tell them what I pay for university tuition here, and they're like so stunned about that. They're like, what the heck? We just pay like, you know, maybe 50 to a couple hundred euros for like textbooks or something like that. So like, you know, if I wanted to go live in Germany for a while, I could probably save a lot of money over taking school here. But I'm just really comfortable here. This is where I have like my connections, my family, my community with things like Taekwondo and whatnot. I was actually just talking with the head instructor of the school a couple days ago. We had a very interesting conversation that went to a lot of different places. We started talking a little bit about content creation stuff and me doing like video essays and stuff. And he had said, do you know what you should look into to do a video on? It's called Pixelmon, and it's a new NFT thing that's kind of similar to Pokemon. And I was like, oh, interesting. And I expressed that like I'm not super supportive of like NFTs or stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, I'm not either, but considering like so many people are like really into it, it's a good space to, you know, be behind like what's trending, or to what the hell? What? Stuff like that. So it might be worth looking into, even if it's just to be like, wow, that's weird. Maybe I'll consider it. Because of me doing like video editing stuff, he also asked for my opinion. No, apparently it's a different thing than like the Minecraft mod. It's a completely different thing there, because that's what I first thought of. I assume that's what you're thinking of there. I don't know 100% certain. Yeah, no, it's not just a Minecraft mod. Minecraft mod is what I attributed to that name. But look it up. Just look up Pixelmon NFT, and it's a freaking thing. It's like some game that's in development or something like that. I haven't looked like super far into it as of yet, but it's a freaking thing. Is a thingamabob that exists there. But while we were talking about things, he also asked about like my opinion on a trailer that he had commissioned for the school, and he felt like he had been overcharged for it, he was saying, and you know, wanted my opinion as a content creator on it. So he showed me the trailer, and it was just under a minute long. It was one that was done during COVID times, and it's like the camera comes into like the lobby. There's like basically nobody inside. It's showing up. Yeah, that's a thing that exists. Did you look it up, Mortis? Because the head instructor of my Taekwondo school is the one that told me about it yesterday, saying that that's a thing that exists, apparently. But yeah, beautiful voxel art style ruined by NFTs. What's this mission? Let's do it. Artful Dodger. Sure. Alexander Lenard is trying to preserve French art and create a national museum in Palais de Louvre. Sadly, a band of looters is rampaging through the Marais, looting valuable artworks. They loot churches, mansions, and common dwellings, uncaring as to whether these are still occupied or not. Assassinate the leader of the smugglers at the Hotel de Zenz and put a stop to their destructive spree. Okay, I will go do just that. Is there a closer place that I can fast travel to? This is closer. I'll go ahead and do this. But yeah, so he showed me this trailer that he had commissioned for, the satchel part of my cosplay is like all crumpled up and stuff. What the heck happened here? Oh, there we go. It's better now. Search it up, Guzma. I can't speak French. we had the option in school, in the schools that I went to, the German bilingual schools, to learn German or French as a second language, and I did German for my German background. I don't speak any French. I can't do that. There's no way. Let's go ahead and stab that guy. Be the master ball. I don't have anything set for the 125k because I never thought anybody would reach it. I didn't even think anybody would ever reach 100k, but like I made it the beast ball because I thought it'd be like fitting there anyway. While I was putting a whole bunch together. I don't have anything set for 100k, 125k at all. But anyway, so he showed me this trailer, and the trailer kind of comes into the dojang. There's nobody there but like the receptionist. It's showing a little bit of the lobby. It shows a little bit of the dojang from the lobby. It goes through the change room. It's showing a little bit of the change room. It comes into the dojang where there isn't anybody, and it's like going across the dojang a little bit. Shows the Canadian and South Korean flags, and then it kind of does like a wipe transition across to showing like some students bowing and getting ready for class, and then it suddenly cuts to like the name of the school and like the phone number. I was like, oh, well, no, it's not bad by chance, like necessarily, but it's not necessarily very good either. It doesn't really show like any training or any of the things happening here. It just kind of shows a bit of the building and then like classes starting. And apparently the whole idea behind it was just to like express to parents that like, hey, this is still open even with the restrictions and such, is basically what it was meant to showcase. But apparently the person that was commissioned for it didn't even originally have anything with the students at all in there, and the head instructor had to specifically request that there be like that little cut at the end to show the students was the thing. Boopity bop, I'll go ahead and tackle you. So that's done there. And he also told me that like, getting like proper training footage in there for a trailer would be like really tricky, considering you need like consent from, everybody involved is a thing. So that's a little bit tricky, getting more than just like that basic thingamabob that's in there. And he asked me, how much do you think I paid for that? And at first I thought he just meant like the editing is what it was, and I said like, I don't know, maybe like 30 bucks or something like that. Turns out that it included the filming, so someone actually came in with like the dedicated camera equipment that like kept the camera steady and like super level as it went through. So with that in mind, I was like, okay, maybe like 100 to a couple hundred, something like that. That's what that might have been. And he just goes like, oh, I paid $500 for that trailer, is what he tells me. So, Unscrupulous duked about use his influence to have his rivals executed. He then takes possession of their properties. He is celebrating his success by hosting a theatrical performance at the Hotel de Sully. Disrupt the performance and make a dramatic example of the Duke. Okay, will do. So he was expressing concerns that, oh gosh darn it, that he had been overcharged when it came to that. And looking at the trailer that, came out of it, which seemed to, it got the job done, but it really didn't do anything all that special. It's just kind of mediocre and yeah, that did not really seem like a $500 trailer to me there. And I just said like, I know what it's like getting like overcharged for something. I originally commissioned an art for my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl video essay for the thumbnail, and it was from an artist that I'd never commissioned before that I met on Twitter. And my goodness, I paid like 120 bucks or something like that for something that was like professionally done, and it was like a really simple thing that I could have made myself. And a commission for what I got, I would have expected to be like 30 bucks or something like that. I paid like 120 or something like that. So yeah, I know what I know what it's like feeling overcharged for something. So the art in the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl thumbnail is not the one that I commissioned. The one that I commissioned is just like exists on my computer now, I guess, but like, it I haven't exactly shown it around the channel before because it's because it's not quite what I was hoping it would be, is kind of the case. What? I can't see anything. What? Can I not shoot through the chandelier? Oh crap. Can I like, come on. Come on. Oh, did I get him? I got him. I'm out of here. See you later. See you later, nerds. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload this really quickly. Yeah, it kind of sucks how I can only shoot one shot at once, but at least it reloads like hella fast is the thing. But yeah, so after that, and after he showed me that, I told him, like, you know, I don't have, like, any professional, like, filming equipment. Like, I have this stuff. Like, I have a good microphone and good, you know, webcams and stuff like that for, like, you know, filming in, like, a set spot and such. But I don't have, like, professional video equipment for, like, going to a location, like, you know, professionally filming something like this one guy did with, like, his, you know, camera setup that he used to make said trailer. So I said, I can't really do any filming to help you out, but if you need any editing done for the Dojang, just freaking let me know and I'll do it for free, is what I told him. The neighborhood surrounding the Fils de whatever the hell nunnery is currently terrorized by thugs. Solve the problem by identifying the leader of those thugs and eliminating him. So yeah, maybe I'd be able to help them out with some editing that I've learned from my years during the channel. Help out with the Dojang there. Especially to help, like, what is the locked door? Okay. Especially to, like, repay the kindness of you know, the master of the Dojang and his son, the head instructor, for, you know, the kindness that they've shown to me over the years, and especially now. Like, my life's been, like, really crazy nowadays, and when it comes to Taekwondo classes, they've just told me, like, you know, when you're ready to commit to a schedule, we can talk it out and, like, figure something out, but until then, you can just come in and train whenever you feel like training, and we'd love to have you around. Don't worry about payment for now. Just come in when you feel like training, and we can work something out down the line. So, like, they're incredibly kind, and I want to, you know, do my best to repay that kindness if I can. I can't get a headshot from here, but, like, what the hell? Does that work? Nope. Oh, now I can get a headshot, right? There we go. Well, he moved so I could get a headshot. That was kind of him. So yeah, there was that, but it was through him that I learned what Pixelmon was, not the Minecraft mod. When he first asked me if I knew what Pixelmon was, I thought, like, the first thing I asked him was, like, do you mean, like, the mod? And he was like, no, the NFT game. And take care of their Pokemon Fad version. And I was like, what? And he told me a bit about it, like, just the basics and such. I looked up the rest myself, and yeah, we talked a little bit about the space of NFTs and such, and, you know, we kind of agreed that, you know, they don't really have any real value. It's just kind of like an interesting way that people attribute value to them when they don't, like, necessarily, they don't have value outside of the value that we attribute to them, which is a fascinating way to analyze them and such. But yeah, he kind of said, like, to put it bluntly, as long as there's enough stupid people out there, there's a lot of profit to be had. So look into Pixelmon, and that can be a trend to capitalize on, even just making a video on it. And he told me that I was surprised to hear this, but he told me that he had actually, like, gotten a few NFTs before, not because he, like, believed in the business and such, but because he knew that there were other people that attributed value to it. Like, he didn't attribute value to it, but there were other people who did. So he could buy NFTs and, like, resell them later down the line and turn a profit. And told me that he actually had been making a profit off of reselling NFTs here and there, despite not actually really believing in them per se, which I found to be, like, really fascinating there. A really fascinating kind of thing, and a cool way to say, like, hey, you can get involved with something here for, like, whatever reason without actually believing in what it is. So I thought that was interesting. Save Marquis de Sade from the guillotine by stealing the judicial order for his trial. Okay, I will do exactly that. But yeah, NFTs are a scam. I wouldn't call them a scam per se. Well, they can be, depending on how they're used. But I do think that they are an interesting thing to analyze from the perspective of something that doesn't intrinsically have value, has value attached to it. And is a perfect example of how, like, you know, big role models, celebrities, big companies, yada yada, can, like, bend their words in such a way to attach value to something that shouldn't have value. Like, another good example, where's my big water bottle? Oh, here it is. I don't think it has any water in it right now. Like, one example is freaking bottled water. Companies that just, like, phrase things in such a way to, like, add value to something that should have nothing. We got a whole bunch of these big water bottles as, like, a superstore freebie or something like that when you, like, pay for so much. I've just been using this one plastic bottle for, like, so long. I just refill it on filtered water all the time, is the thing. I've been using the same bottle for, like, months now, is the thing, to take, you know, a swig from whenever I'm feeling thirsty around here, is the thing. But hold on, let's see here. Citizens at long last, the sword and depraved Marquis de Sade is soon to plop his head in a basket. He is charged with moderatism, but in reality, his crimes ascend far greater depths. Our congratulations to the Office of Prosecutor for whatever the hell, and the Grand Châtelet in anticipation of a successful prosecution. Okay, wow. But yeah, so for example, bottled water companies attributing value to stuff here by being like, ah, yeah, it's totally cleaner than tap water. You're getting like pure natural spring water, or like reverse osmosis, which quite literally just means filtered, and that's literally all reverse osmosis means. But a reverse osmosis natural spring water for like the best tasting water you can get out there on the market, when in a lot of places freaking tap water is straight up cleaner than bottled water a lot of the time, because that is considered like a necessity to be clean, and you know, be going to like basically all the households essentially. So that has like a lot more regulations to it than like a simple food and drink that you sell. So like, even though I'll admit sometimes bottled water might taste a little bit better, but though there's really barely any difference, if I'm gonna be quite honest. Bottled water companies will like make you think that it's like the better and healthier water, when it's really not the case. It's either like the same or even slightly worse. But yeah, pure neutral water is less healthy than purified water. Is tap water purified? Is bottled water purified? I don't know. I know that bottled water is often the reverse osmosis, which means filtered, but but yeah, so there's that as an example of like companies attributing value to something that doesn't have value. Or these companies also then like wanting to get you to buy more bottles of water, so they promote the idea of recycling, so that you recycle the bottles. For a long time, a lot of them weren't even truly recyclable, but they make you think that they were by putting things on like logos. Like, I forget what the logo was, but there's this one logo that's really close to the recycling symbol that companies would put on their stuff to make people think that it's recyclable, so that they throw them out and like get new ones. Because what companies like water bottle companies don't like is people like me that keep on using the same bottle over and over and over again. They don't like that. They want people to you know, throw it out and go get more, is the thing. So that's a really good example of companies attributing value to something that really doesn't have value, is a thing. I thought things like the Lorax were a really good example of that as well, where you know, the whole bottled air was a little bit of an attribute, a symbol towards the bottled water industry, which I thought was really interesting. But NFTs are literally just the exact same thing. Is like figureheads, role models, and big companies attributing value to something that doesn't have value on its own. Something that would have never taken off if there weren't like companies and figureheads that like spin it in such a specific way that it makes it seem like it has value where there is none. Is the way that I see NFTs, essentially. So find the judicial order, stab a stab. You suspect nothing at all. But yeah, let's just see here. NFTs are literally just a stock market, but somehow worse. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like. I've only looked at like the simple Wikipedia page for Pixelmon very briefly. It's something that I am gonna have to look into a little bit more. It's like, I wonder how my freaking head instructor initially heard about it. I do wonder. But yeah, he had recommended to me, like, if you want to like mention something before it takes off to get those you know, early mover kind of points in the algorithm, he said to check out Pixelmon. And who knows, maybe I would do a video on it, maybe like a little break of a video essay video being like, what the heck is this, and just have that be like my really short video essay on like NFTs and get like brownie points by people that tune into my Pokemon content, seeing something that sort of relates to Pokemon. Maybe might not be a bad idea, but like, you know, definitely wouldn't be my main thing. And if I would do a video essay on it, it probably wouldn't exactly be supporting it. It would be more so being like, what the hell is this, and like, and talking a little bit about NFTs and the, you know, value that people attribute to them, and like making comparisons like that bottled water comparison, you know. Maybe that'd be like a short video essay that I do. I was debating about maybe trying something like that before the Legends video essay, like take a little bit of a break with something more short form, maybe. Where's this judicial order? I saw it around, it's up there, okay. Who knows, maybe it's something that I'd try. I don't know, see if it's the type of content that people would like me talking about. Maybe. Yeah, I don't really feel like NFTs are too worth looking into, unless you're from like the perspective of, I don't know, wait, what the heck is going on here? Maybe my head instructor or I, where it's like, you know, we don't necessarily want to support them, but it can still be used as an opportunity to like, you know, get something out of it, whether that be like channel growth or profit from reselling NFTs in his case, or something like that, you know. Oi, what the heck? I can barely see anything that's going on here. But yeah, let's see here. Apparently the highest bit badge on Twitch is 5 million bits. Yep, I've heard of it. But yeah, let's just say that 100k bits is the highest there is here. I'm fine with that. Boop. I'm just gonna take out that guy like that, I guess. Where's this order at, huh? I thought it was up. Oh, here it is. I need to get my order. Still no pickles. Okay, there we go. Order of execution. There we go. So now I just freaking skedaddle the heck out of here and whatnot. But yeah, let's head on out here. Is what we'll do. But yeah, 5 million bits will be 50k USD. Jeez. Hey, gosh diggity darn it. Gosh diggity darn it. Well, stab a stab. Yeah, that is a whole lot there, I must say. Jeebus. But yeah. That's the kind of thing that, whoops, you'd probably only be seeing hit in like really, really big streams, I imagine. From like, you know, freaking rich people that want the streamer to say their name is where you'd see that. Like, I see some memes sometimes that I think are kind of funny, where it's like, you know, a small streamer gets a donation of like $5 or something like that, and it shows a reaction being like, oh my goodness, it's so incredibly kind of you, thank you so much, that's so crazy incredible. And then it's like somebody donates their life savings to a big streamer. It's like, no, thanks for the 20,000 bucks, dude. And they'll like say your name once or something like that. Is what it is. I thought that was kind of funny, but at the same time, while I think it's funny, part of me kind of worries that, like, you know, there's stuff like Guzma dropping, you know, over the course of his time on the channel here, 100,000 bits, which is $1,000 USD, which is absolutely insane. I worry about, you know, my reactions to Guzma dropping like an insane amount of bits not feeling like super duper genuine, because like I've seen him be such a crazy mad lad that it's not the kind of thing that like has that same like surprise and what the heck kind of factor anymore. And I know, like, I am still so incredibly grateful and whatnot, but let's go ahead and do this mission over here. But like, I worry that I don't want to become like one of those big streamers that's just like, oh, you just donated your life savings. Oh, thanks for that, dude. Thanks for that, dude. And yeah, I guess a fair amount of it was for charity as well, for like some of the charity events that we've done here. That is true. But still, I still gotta thank you for like the charity stuff that I was fundraising for here, helping fundraise for an incredible cause. But yeah, I know that like, you know, even a donation of like freaking 1,000 bits or something like that when I was a small streamer would have been like the thing that got me to like break down and be like, oh my goodness, it's so incredible, holy crap. Whereas nowadays it's like, oh, that's really kind of you, hey, thanks. So it's like, while I laugh at these memes of like the differences between you know, small streamers and large streamers when it comes to like donations and such, part of me is like, oh no, I'm not becoming that, am I? I sure hope I'm not. Like, so I laugh, but at the same time comes a little bit of worry and like, oh no, let's not become that. Watch, as the channel continues to grow, I'm just gonna become like one of those streamers that becomes like more and more of a jerk or something like that. Just you wait. I may seem like reasonable and sane right now, but this is, what the heck was that? But this is just the calm before the storm, before I go into the mode where I forget about everybody along the way. I become blinded with power. Just you wait. That's the whole next phase here. No, that's probably not the next phase here. But yeah, and yeah, I do appreciate that, Guzma. I did actually reach out and ask what might be an activity that they might like to do, and it seems like perhaps the next thing that we might do might potentially be some bowling, is what we're currently considering. Whee! Let's go down here.
Don't be silly.
Screw this guy and oh, I did get them both. I was worried that I didn't get them both at first. I was a little bit worried about that. But yeah, be here to prevent that from happening. Prevent me from resorting to evil in content creation. Not become evil. Stabby, stabby. You mess with the Arno, you get the Sabo. Hi, hi. These guys can't leave because I'm blocking the way here. Here's the thing. Okay, smackaroo. Stabby stab. Don't mess with the Arno. The Arno in the Edward outfit. Don't mess with him. Alright, let me go ahead and yoink that. Thank you. Down this way we go. Where are these other ones at, huh? So that one's pretty far that way. This one over here is relatively close, so I'll go to this one next, I suppose. But yeah, so that's the state of things here sometimes. That is the state of things here. Yeah, not gonna go any further than what you're at now, though you're tempted to go to 104.20 or 169 just for the memes, just to be at that final thing, Merbob. Yeah, I do think I haven't had like any direct kind of tipping thingamabobs on this channel for like a very, very long time now. The reason being that like I did like the idea behind bits of like, you know, it shows someone's generous mad ladness and it helps like give back to them for their generosity by giving them like a cool exclusive badge in the chat and whatnot. But at the same time, like, it's hard to get past that, you know, that like really bad feeling of like the insane cut that Twitch takes when it comes to stuff like that. So especially on mobile, whenever I hear that anybody gave bits from mobile, I just like cringe. I'm like, oh no, the amount of cut that like both Twitch and Apple/Google, depending on the platform, would have taken. Like, oh, it hurts inside knowing that someone had to pay so much extra just to do something nice, you know? It's let's go ahead and steal this thing, Merbob. I was not meaning to be crouched, but okay. There we go. I'll go ahead and yoink that, and then I'll go over to this one next. So, yeah, that's understandable there. I have, people have asked me before, like, especially in YouTube comments, if I've thought about setting up something like a direct tipping thingamabob, or like a... There have been some people in YouTube comments that have asked me before if I've considered, like, setting up a Patreon or something like that. And I've thought about it before, but, I don't know. It hasn't ever really been much more than a thought, really. Is the thing, because still at the end of the day, it's still the kind of thing that I'm doing for fun. I do think that it would be the kind of thing that would be really cool if it could like continue to snowball and turn into a career one day, but like it's at the point where that's still not in the realm of possibility. If it ever like entered the realm of possibility, if the channel ever grew enough that it was within the realm of possibility, then yeah, I probably would set something like that up. But as is, it's just kind of like it's not too big of a concern right now, considering you know, my financial situation is like fine enough now. Like I should be able to get through university without taking out any student loans or anything like that. And all the revenue I get from Twitch and YouTube, I keep in like a separate account, separate from like my main bank account, so that I can make sure to like reinvest whatever I make off of Twitch and YouTube like back into the channel. And I spent like a great many years doing that, getting a whole bunch of equipment like this is closer over here, like the microphone, like the cameras, like the fancy lighting, like the lights around here, like this cosplay, like all kinds of fun stuff, like commissioning artists. All the games that I play on this channel I buy using the funds from Twitch and YouTube, for example. But it's gotten to the point where like there isn't like a whole lot more physical stuff upgrade things I want per se. Like I have the equipment that I'm fine with at this point. Like I could always get something like I know that there's things like audio mixers. I've thought about getting one of those at some point, but I just don't have the space for it. Like I could find space, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe an audio mixer might be the last bit of equipment that I don't yet have that might be interesting, but like, maybe. But like, you know, the stream account right now as is has a decent amount in it, and stuff that's like, you know, not really going anywhere, doing a whole lot right now is a thing, because like I have all the equipment that I need, that I want for this channel. I have it all here. Whoop, nope, I don't really need any more equipment stuff. I'm just fine on the situation when it comes to like buying games for this channel. Like it helps support that just fine, and you know, it's making more revenue than is spent to get like the few games and few things that I do around here. So it's made me consider like, what do I start investing into around here next? And my main idea was like hiring an editor, but you know, I prefer hiring people that I know and I'm familiar with and I trust. I'm helping like give work to you know, those that are around here and are like friendos of mine, to help support them and whatnot, and help the channel revenue kind of pay it forward then to like those I care about and such. I feel a little bit sketched out about like searching across the internet for an editor that I'm not familiar with is the thing. Like maybe I should at some point, and there have been like a lot of friendos that have expressed that they're looking for work, and I've been like, oh, do you do any editing? I can give you a job. I can give you a part-time job. And they're just like, oh, that's kind of you, but I don't do any editing. That's happened with a few different friendos at this point. So like, I might potentially just have to search out into the void for like somebody that I've never met to do it, who's like really into editing stuff. Because out of anybody that I've asked, if there's anybody that's ever tuned into this that might be interested in some editing work, hit me up and maybe something will something will happen, because this channel has gotten to the point where with the amount of projects I've got going on, it has started to feel a bit overwhelming doing it as like a completely solo operation, or like 99% solo. Sometimes I'll have artist friendos that I'll commission for like some thumbnails. Like I plan on commissioning an artist friendo for the Legends Arceus thumbnail. Hopefully if everything works out for my friendo schedule wise and whatnot. But yeah, let's see here. Anyway, let's see here. I'll catch up on the stuff that I missed here. The idea for the emote for you is to make Guzma's face from Sun and Moon when he said y'all are stupid. I don't remember that bit. You'll have to send me like a screenshot and I'll see what I can do. I can go ahead and see what I can do about that. But yeah. Yeah, there is YouTube memberships, but like YouTube memberships, I don't really see that as like a chief kind of revenue source. So YouTube memberships, unlike Twitch subs, you can charge whatever you want for them. So I just freaking charge the minimum amount that it let me charge, which is $1. Because I don't see that as like a main revenue source. I just wanted to give people a way to have like emotes and badges and YouTube and such. If I ever became like a YouTube streamer instead of Twitch streamer as like my main platform, then I'd probably add like some other tiers of YouTube memberships. I'd probably keep the $1 one though, because I do like, you know, having the cheapest option available there for anybody that just wants like emotes and badges and stuff like that, you know. That was my bigger concern there. But one nice thing about YouTube memberships are like the equivalent of Twitch subs. On Twitch subs, you get 50-50. Twitch gets half and you get half. YouTube memberships is actually 70-30. So like you get 70 and the and YouTube gets 30 is the thing. So like if I ever did become a YouTube streamer instead of Twitch streamer, my cut would suddenly be way better, to be fair. But I mean, my revenue would probably be less, just considering that, you know, Twitch subs are a lot bigger part of the culture here on Twitch and like a kind of standard thing around here. Whereas YouTube memberships are just kind of like a niche other thing that like not a lot of people even completely understand what it is, you know? So there's that. But yeah, let's just see here. There's YouTube memberships and Twitch subs, which both have like a cut taken and whatnot, though it is better for memberships, to be fair. Financial situation is fine as well. So if you know why you have no problems with doing what you're doing, well, it's still very crazy generous mad ladness and whatnot, considering like how much that can go towards on your own end as well. Even if you don't have to worry about like taking out any loans or anything like that, it still can be an incredible freaking difference. I'm still astounded that you do such a crazy thing around here. But yeah, by showing so much support, you mean always wanted to do as a kiddo for someone you really admire, and there was someone you admired for a long time, but he was way older. But ever since you're one of my newer favorite YouTubers nowadays, well, I appreciate that, Guzma. That's really kind of you to say. Especially considering, you know, I started this whole channel just to, like, you know, play video games, have fun, and, like, rant about what I'm passionate about. So seeing it get to the place that it has been really astounding. But, like, just a couple weeks ago, the channel hit, like, 10k subs or something like that. I was mentioning now, right now it's at, like, 11.5 or something like that with the BDSP essay, which I've been absolutely astounded by to see that growing so much as it has. I don't know if I'm ever going to make another video that grows like that. Fingers crossed with the Legends one. Or maybe if I make a short one on Pixelmon after all, just for funsies. If I ever make a short one on Pixelmon and NFTs. We'll see if that catches on to current algorithm trends of people searching that stuff up. Who knows? I haven't 100% decided that that's something that I do. It was only brought up to me a couple days ago, but maybe. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. This is what happens when I ramble now. Yeah, you kind of moved on from sense of content, now focusing on one game that doesn't really interest you anymore. When you used to do a ton of different games, but not anymore. I've taken his place in your eyes. Well, I'm glad to hear that there, Goose. But yeah, I'm sure that my channel would probably do like much better if I did just focus on like one game or one like very specific niche. Like if I just did Pokemon stuff, for example, especially considering Pokemon is what's been making my channel grow the most. I could probably easily just start dedicating my channel to purely Pokemon stuff and like continue growing just fine. But like, I'm the most passionate about doing all kinds of different things like this. Doing a bazillion different games and maybe, you know, helping some of my audience like discover some new games that they might be interested in, or stuff that they thought that maybe they'd check out one day but never had the chance to, and maybe us doing it on this channel is like the perfect opportunity for them to see what it's all about. That's why we do so many games on this channel, you know, and that's why I have the most passion doing. What do you mean I shot a civilian? I was aiming at the whatever, I guess. How about you don't? You are so dang mean. Wait. Yeah, so I love doing a bazillion kinds of games. Like, I still do mostly stuff on like the Switch, so I'm still within like a kind of range that, you know, is shared with a lot of my viewers anyway. I mean, doing stuff like Assassin's Creed, Dark Souls, and Tales of is a little bit different, but you know, again, I have the most passion doing the stuff that I like playing, you know?